Tonight, live at the MGM National Harbor in Oxon Hill, Maryland, Gary Russell Jr. defends his WBC World Featherweight title against Joseph Diaz. This card is promoted by TGB Tom Brown and Golden Boy Promotions. It will be televised on Showtime. And let me give you a quick rundown of the card with my predictions. Looking at this card, it is very unimpressive. They are all showcase fights except for the main event. Here we go. Cruiserweight, Ruben Simmons, 2-0 versus Aaron Davis, who is 0-1. My prediction is Ruben Simmons. Next, in the 6th rounder at middleweight, Brandon Corlez, 18-4 versus Fidel Munoz, 38-17. Prediction, Brandon Corlez will win this bout before the 6th. At super featherweight, Cobia Brady, 10 wins, 0 losses versus Christopher Martin, 30 wins, 9 losses. Cobia is 26 years old and from Barbados. He's 5'4" and doesn't have a lot of punching power. He only has 4 knockouts out of his 10 wins. I still see him getting the win, and it'll be interesting to see if he ever moves up past 20 wins and undefeated, what sort of fan base he would have in the Barbados. Super middleweight, Emmanuel Alim, 17-1 versus Juan De Angel, 20-8 in a 10-round bout. Alim is coming off a loss against Hugo Centeno Jr. and Juan De Angel is coming off a loss against Austin Trout. I predict this will be probably the better undercard fight because these two have actually fought these top tier guys. I mean, they haven't beat them and perhaps never will beat them, but they make really good gatekeepers. Again, I got Alim by unanimous decision. If you didn't know, there's 3 Russells on this card. 2 Gary Russells, actually. First, at bantamweight, Antonio Russell, 10-0 versus Jonathan Ramos. Antonio Russell has 10 wins, 0 losses, and 8 of them have come by KO. So he has some pop, but he's just facing guys mostly on the East Coast that are not very well known and don't have good records at all. His opponent, Jonathan Ramos, has oh my god, his opponent Jonathan Ramos has lost 7 of his last 8 fights. It's going to be a KO win for Antonio Russell in this 6th round bout. I'm calling it in round 4. All right, Gary Antoine Russell, 5-0 versus Wilmer Rodriguez. Super lightweight, 8-round bout for Gary Russell. The super lightweight, 5 wins, all 5 by KO. For Wilmer Rodriguez, he's lost 2 of his 3 last fights. He's actually been knocked out 2 of those 3 times. Again, another win for Russell. I'm calling it 2nd round KO in this super lightweight fight between Gary Antoine Russell and Wilmer Rodriguez. Finally, main event, Gary Russell Jr. versus Joseph Diaz. I said it in my prediction yesterday. The loser of this fight probably never meet the expectations that were set for them when they first broke into boxing. For me, I didn't think Joseph Diaz boxed anymore. I thought he was retired. And same thing for Gary Russell. I thought he had taken a long extended break. I just didn't see these guys fighting. Or when they did fight, it just didn't catch my attention. I predict Gary Russell's hand speed will be too fast for Joseph Diaz, who will get outboxed and lose via unanimous decision to the champion, Mr. Gary Russell. Again, these fights take place on Showtime tonight.